So, week, this is week 2 or 3 of the 1 milligram on the Retta. It is definitely a difference maker. It's something that your body gets used to, but not like in a way that you're crazy craving stuff again. I think the biggest thing with it is that you don't realize how much discipline it's going to take. So another week of the Retatrutide, the CJC 1295, and the HCG. I am feeling more and more like I've got energy, despite the fact that this is morning. Putting in 2 to 3, sometimes 4 days at the gym, just as I can. I'm still trying to get a good structured schedule down, but eating tons of protein. My God, steak and eggs is still the go-to. Definitely incorporated some salmon, some tuna, a lot of chicken, but steak and eggs seems to be the nicest quick go-to for me when it comes to the way I've been eating lately. Just tracking. I'm using this app. I used to use MyFitnessPal, but I switched to something called Lose It, which seems a little bit more. It's an app that just, I don't know, it fits the way my brain works a little bit better. And I've been tracking my calories and my macros on there, trying to be sure I get as much protein as I can. And the way I'm eating it, it's a battle to try to get enough fiber too. So I'm trying to make sure I'm doing that. But yeah, man, I just got done. So I'm on my way to the gym right now. I just got done weighing myself, not an official weigh-in, but just out of curiosity. I was like, I'm gonna see where I'm at. So right now it was an even 342. So that is 18.9 pounds down over the course of 5-6 weeks. So I'm very enthusiastic, very hopeful. I am just trying to continue to let this be a medication that I'm taking while helping reset my body, also reset my diet. And so changing my relationship with food along the way, man, it's a grind. It does take more discipline than you think it would. So I'm trying to keep that in mind of, it's not a complete, because I've taken appetite suppressants before. It's not a complete suppressant. So, I mean, if you let yourself, you might get a little snacky. So you gotta be sure that you don't. But I mean, it's still, I've had to at times make myself eat because I know I need it. But I'm excited for this journey, man. Keep grinding. Gotta keep grinding. So this is week 6 on the Retta. Or the beginning of week 6, one of the two. Feeling really good. I think I've been hovering around 20 pounds down. Randomly, I do get a craving or two, but I mean, it's just mentality to cover it. I'm feeling really good. I feel like, so this, in 2 days, I have my next body scan. And I feel like that composition is going to show me more of what's happened under the surface that I'm not paying attention to or just don't know about. But my clothes are fitting better. I'm feeling better. I feel more capable of a lot more things right now. I don't feel like I'm held down by my weight, literally. I don't know. It just feels good. I feel like I do feel like the HCG and the CJC 1295 has done a good job of helping me preserve my muscle mass. That with weightlifting and doing more of that. But I'm feeling good. I just feel like I'm looking forward to Wednesday, seeing what happens with all this. So at the week of week 7, I went back for my body assessment, my overall scan, I should say, and not unhappy with it, but also this is a big disclaimer I'll put with anybody trying to do this. If you've not looked into it, yes, losing weight is important as long as what you're losing is fat. Now, for me, I have lost what they call an equal amount. I have lost fat, but I've also lost muscle. And this right here showcases that. So I'm being very upfront with this, which is not always the easiest thing to do. But here we go. So whenever I went in 7 weeks ago, whenever I started this journey, I was at, where is it at? 360.9. That was my weight. This time going in, I am 338.8, which, I mean, that's an overall pretty good loss. That's me losing 22 pounds. However, my body composition is pretty much the same. So where I was, my body fat percentage before, whenever I was 360, was 44.3. Now at 338, it is still 44.3, which means I have lost, granted, equal parts, but I have lost muscle as well as fat. And that is a problem. So in case you guys don't know this, you can look it up for yourself. I'm not a doctor. I'm just showcasing this. Whenever you lose muscle, you are losing what actually helps the engine of your body. Your metabolism burns fat because of the muscle content. Your ability to be strong and have longevity is also due to your muscle. And so the whole goal of this is, yes, lose fat, but also retain as much muscle as possible. Now, I've been eating crazy amounts of protein. I think what my problem is I'm not pushing myself hard enough when it comes to weightlifting right now. So weight training will help build muscle and retain it while you're losing fat. Me, whenever I go to the gym, I've been doing some treadmill, just walking. I've done some elliptical or arc trainer, which is a little bit better for us taller guys. I've been doing that for higher cardio levels. But what I've not done is really push myself with weights. And so with that being the case, that's one thing I need to do a lot better job of, is whenever I go lift, really push myself when it comes to retaining as much muscle as I can. Now, I'm going to lose some. That's one thing I realized I can't help because of how big I've gotten. I will lose some, but I don't want to lose a lot. And if I need to do other things to help regain it, that's fine by me. So this is part of the journey. But I'm very happy with almost having lost 22 pounds. And so this next week is the start of my second dose up on the Retta. I'm now at 1.5 milligrams or 15 units, however you want to put it. I'm looking forward to seeing how that helps satiate the hunger, because once you get on the tail end of a dose, you just start craving things a little bit again. But I'm still eating very strictly. I do not indulge with pasta or pizza or just crazy carbohydrate filled foods. Any kind of food I eat, this is kind of a rule to go by. I'm trying to be sure I can see where it used to bleed or where it used to grow, roots or veins. I know that sounds crazy, but meat, vegetables. Try to not do any processed foods. You know, if it comes in a can or a box or a wrapper, trying to stay away from that. Of course, granted, the world we live in, there's some of that, but I'm doing a very strict job of keeping myself on task with that. I do think the hardest part right now for me is being sure I get enough grams of protein, which that's part of it. But yeah, what have I noticed? I'm noticing that my shirts fit better. I'm having to use a belt a whole lot more because my fat boy jeans are now loose. My fat boy shorts are now loose. I am noticing my joints are not as achy. They're not as sore because there's not as much weight on them. And so I'm down for this journey. So let's see where we can take it.